Should be on 2.3 multiplying decimals. 2.3 multiplying decimals, we are on page 63. Page 63 in our textbooks. All right, now the first thing you need to know about multiplying decimals that's different from adding and subtracting them is that we're not worried about lining up our decimals anymore. We want all our numbers pushed to the right, and we're not worrying about lining up our decimals. So in example 1, multiplying decimals, okay, I have these numbers that I'm multiplying. Notice that, well, it just so happens that my decimals line up, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not worried about that. I'm pushing them all to the right. So now I'm just going to multiply them out. Okay. All right, so 2 times 1 is 2, 8 times 1 is 8, 5 times 1 is 5. Now remember, you always want this 0 placeholder here on the second row. Okay, so make sure you have that 0 placeholder. 2 times 4 is 8, 8 times 4 is 32, carry the 3, and you have 23. Now we're going to add them up. Okay, now one other thing, okay, that's different about multiplying decimals is we want to count exactly how many decimal places are in the numbers that we're multiplying. Okay, so we don't just bring down the decimal like we did when we added and subtracted. We actually have to count. And there's 2 decimal places in each one. Well, we know that 2 plus 2 is 4. So we're going to count over 4 decimal places, and that's where we box our answer. Okay, do you see how we did that? Yep. Guys, do you see how we did that? Yes. All right, 2 decimal places in each number we're multiplying by. 2 plus 2 is 4, so that's why your answer is 2.3862. Now, just like we did in 2.2 with estimating our answer using the front end estimation, we're going to check to see if our answer is reasonable. We do that by using the leading digit. We kind of did this last lesson with the front end estimation. Now, with leading digits, we're checking to see it, by using the leading digit, we're checking to see if our answer is reasonable. So let's just practice a few where we're finding the leading digit and we're rounding to the leading digit. Now, on the first one with 5.82, what is my leading digit? What's my leading digit, guys? What is it? It's 5, right? And if I'm rounding to the leading digit, what would my answer be? 6. It would be 6. Very good. All right, so my leading digit is 5, 8 rounds it up to a 6, and that is my answer. Now with 0.41, what is my leading digit? 0. It's not the 0, it's my first non-zero number, so it would be the 4. I look at the 1 tells me that I keep the 4 the same, so my answer is 0.4. All right, now with 23.41, what's my leading digit? It's 2. The 3 keeps it the same, so what would be my answer? 20. My answer would just be 20. All right, now again, the same thing. 3 is my leading digit. The 5 rounds it up, so what's going to be my answer? 400. 400. Very good. Y'all are catching on. All right, now we have 0.00093. Leading digit is the 9, so my answer will be 0.0009. Okay? All right, so we're just basically experimenting with using our leading digit and rounding. Now in example 2, okay, we're going to multiply these decimals and we're going to check for reasonable solutions. So we're combining those first 2 concepts that we just learned. In letter A, we have 6.45 times 18. So we're just going to multiply it out. 5 times 8 is 40. 4 times 8 is 32, plus 4 is 36, and we carried it over, and 6 times 8 is 48, plus 3 is 51. All right, now remember we want that 0 placeholder on our second line of multiplication. 5 times 1 is 5, 4 times 1 is 4, and 6 times 1 is 6. Now we need to add them together to get our answer. Okay, and we get 11,610. Is that our answer? Okay, why? What did I forget? I forgot the decimals. How many decimals do I have in my original numbers I'm multiplying? Say? I have 2, so I need to go over 2 decimal places. And that is my answer. Now, we're not done yet, okay? We're going to round using our leading digit and multiply it out to check if our answer is reasonable. 6.45, using my leading digit, what does it round to? It rounds to what? 6.45 rounds to 6. Very good. It just rounds to 6. And then 18 is going to round to what? My 1 is my leading digit.
20.
The 8 rounds it up to a 20.
I see that.
Okay? And then 6 times 20 is 120. And that's pretty close to 116. All right? So we round using our leading digit. This is the one thing that we're struggling with a little bit on this lesson. So just remember, leading digit is that first non-zero number. Look at the number next to it and then round based on that. Okay? Now, if you were to get like 1200 on this, like 1200 right here, well, 1200 isn't anywhere close to 116, so you would know that you had done something wrong. Okay? So that's where checking to see if your answer is reasonable can help you out. Okay? All right. Now, on letter B, now I'm on page 64 if you're following along with me. We have 1.273 times 0.06. Notice that. Okay, I had several people still making this mistake last hour. Notice that my decimals are not lined up. When I multiply, I do not line up my decimals. All right, so now I'm just going to multiply these out. Okay, and then my second row is just going to be all zeros. Okay, now how many, let's see. Okay, so since my decimal places since my second row is all zeros, okay, let's look at how many decimal places we have in the original numbers that we multiplied. And how many do we have there? There are 5. Very good. But there's only 4 numbers in our product. So what do we need to do, Zach?
Add a 0 to the front.
Very good. Add a 0 to the front. And then that would be our answer. 0.07628, and we would box it. Now we need to check to see if our answer is reasonable. Okay? So to check to see if our answer is reasonable, we want to round. Okay? And we get 1 times 0.06, which is 0.06, and that's pretty close to 0.0728. Okay? So again, we just round using the leading digit. All right? Now, in example 3, oh, hold on. I think I messed up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. 0.7638, not 28. Okay, now moving on to example 3. All right, last chapter we learned about finding area and perimeter. We're doing the exact same thing in this lesson, except now we're dealing with decimals. It says Central Park is a rectangular park. It's 2.5 miles long and 1/2 mile wide. Anytime we do a problem involving a formula, we always write the formula first. We make our substitutions, and in this case, we'll solve it vertically. Okay, and we get 125, but remember we have to have our decimal places. There are 2 decimal places there, so we move over 2 places. And 1.25 miles squared would be our answer, or if you said square miles, that would be correct as well. And if you understand that, that's everything you need to know for 2.3.